Visit murphyspubandgrill.com. Murphy's, a Rapid City icon.
The doctors and staff at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center have provided expert bone, joint, and muscle care to patients in the Black Hills area since 1976. Whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just want to continue your active lifestyle, the orthopedic experts at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center will help you stay in the game. Don't let an injury keep you from doing the things you love. Trust the team at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you. Learn more at bhosc.com.
Get away from it all in the great outdoors for lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. We make your RV experience fun and easy by providing you with a quality recreational vehicle, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. Our large inventory of fifth-wheelers, travel trailers, toy haulers, and live-in horse trailers allows us to save our customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Stop by and see us at Dakota Discount RV, 3330 East Mall Drive across from Cabela's and on JB Road, Blackhawk.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker, Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. Have you thought about buying a home or real estate in the Black Hills? Maybe you want to upgrade to your forever home? I have been helping people in the Black Hills find the right home for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. Let me do the work and you can open the door to your new home. Say hello to a good buy with me, David Brenneman. To get started, just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
And here's what you need to know.
The Cleveland Browns will open up the preseason on Friday against the Carolina Panthers, and they'll be starting Shedeur Sanders in that contest under center. Browns have been dinged up in the quarterback room with Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel battling injuries. So Shedeur Sanders gets the start. Joe Flacco, the veteran, not expected to play in the game. The team also recently signed Tyler Huntley. Colts head coach Shane Steichen says Anthony Richardson Sr. will start their preseason opener Thursday against the Ravens. He'll play into the second quarter and then be replaced by Daniel Jones. Jones will start the team's second preseason game against the Packers. The Rams and running back Kyron Williams agreed to terms on a 3-year extension worth $33 million. $23 million of that is guaranteed. Free agent quarterback Teddy Bridgewater signing with the Buccaneers. Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison was suspended 3 games for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy following his DUI arrest in 2024. The NFL banned the use of ammonia inhalants and smelling salts. I'm Dan Byer.
It's time for South Dakota's Sports Talk Show. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, great interviews, and thought-provoking sports talk. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, here we go. We're back and ready on a Tuesday. How are you, everybody, across South Dakota? It is always a great day in South Dakota. Say it with me. We're back and ready. Thought-provoking sports talk for South Dakota. 2 hours. Let's go. Tuesday edition. It is South Dakota Sports Talk Show live on Fox Sports Radio. Welcome into the Nate Brown Show. Glad to have you here. And thanks for making this show possible. Looks good tonight. Really good guest lineup. We're talking some football, a little bit of baseball, a little bit of Little League action. Look out, the Sioux Falls Little League team in the semifinals of the Midwest Regional tomorrow. So let's get to it. The Nate Brown Show is on Fox Sports Radio. We're also on Twitter right now. I just had a meeting today. They still called it Twitter. I call it Twitter too, but it's X. It's X. It's Twitter. Whatever you want. It's at Nate Brown Show. Follow us and watch us live at Nate Brown Show on your phone on X/Twitter. Or on YouTube, The Nate Brown Show. We're live right now on the YouTube channel. Subscribe. If you haven't done that, you've got us, The Nate Brown Show on YouTube. And, of course, the radio audience across South Dakota on Fox Sports Radio. Let's look at the guest lineup. We'll get cranking tonight. Ryan Vavruska is on. He is the head coach of that Sioux Falls Little League team. So I said, hey, these guys have made another run. We got to talk Sioux Falls Little League. Are they going to make it to the Little League World Series? They're a couple of wins away. They play North Dakota tomorrow out there in Indiana. So Ryan Vavruska is the head coach. He joins us live from Indiana coming up to preview that semifinal matchup tomorrow. Then we'll go to Craig Mattick tonight, SDPB Sports, longtime Sioux Falls broadcaster, our weekly hitter, East River and West River Love, with Craig Mattick of SDPB Sports. Yes, we call it love. East River and West River love. It's a beautiful thing. Thor Nystrom's in tonight from the Twin Cities, NFL analyst, college football analyst. I got a lot to discuss. He was at the Vikings practice last night. They did the night session for the fans last night, the Vikes. And so Thor was there. He's Fantasy Life, really good football analyst. NFL, covers the Vikings and college football as well. Thor Nystrom's on tap from the Twin Cities. And John Brice is in, national college football writer. What does he say about the top 25 coaches poll? The coaches poll came out. The Huskers are nowhere to be found. I mean, I have some problems with it, with that coaches poll, but John Brice is in, getting close to the college football season with the national writer from footballscoop.com. Packed on a Tuesday. That's what we want. South Dakota Sports Talk Show inviting you on if you want to join the conversation. We'll try and do that. 605-720-1067. That's the Pizza Ranch studio hotline for you. Appreciate it. 605-720-1067. You've got us. And the Barons-Wilson text line. Ready? Direct text the show. The number you text, 605-720-1067. Text us. The Barons-Wilson text line. All right. So, I mean, it's time to, we don't have to take a back seat to anybody here in South Dakota. Whatever field of work you're in, there's some good folks here, right? There's some tough workers, some smart folks. And we don't have to take a backseat to anybody. We have some South Dakota common sense. Is that right? And I try to do my best to, give some South Dakota common sense on some sports takes. You may disagree with some of my sports takes. That's okay. But I can disagree with a lot of the national media folks on here. Is that all right to have a little take from South Dakota that actually makes sense instead of, trying to get hot takes or trying to get everybody fired up on social media to watch your videos? I don't know what these guys do, but I'm talking, we don't have to take a backseat. We got our own South Dakota version of things, and today I'm listening to Fox Sports Radio. I love it. Colin Cowherd, don't you like this guy? So the Herd, nice show, great career. He went through his NFL predictions today. And normally I don't start a show by doing NFL predictions. We'll look at a South Dakota sports story and all sorts of stuff. We got a lot to come here tonight. But I got a bone to pick. We got to make sure that we're not just doing stupid stuff and saying just crazy things, especially when you're throwing some of our teams under the bus, because nobody respects the middle part of the country. Everybody expects this team to just be in the back again. No, they're not going to be the real deal again. And I've had it. So I'm listening to the Herd, and Colin is predicting his divisions for the NFL. He's predicting the finishes for each team in each division, and then he puts them into the playoffs. It's a little early to do that. I saved mine for the kickoff of the NFL season coming up September, but we'll do that later. But I am going to do an early version tonight on the Nate Brown Show because it's our teams. It's teams that you like, teams that I like, and we're getting disrespected. And I don't know, again, if it's just a national media. I live in Chicago, so I have to think the Bears are going to do something. I mean, we got to be realistic tonight. So Colin goes through his predictions for the NFL divisions. And he starts with the AFC West, and he does the NFC North. I'm not going to run through every division. You can find that in the great entertainer on Fox Sports Radio that he is. And I don't know if it's just part of entertainment or what he's trying to do. But let's start with the NFC North prediction. Let's start with Colin's NFC North prediction. If you missed it this morning, where do you think he has the Minnesota Vikings? Where's Colin Cowherd have the Minnesota Vikings predicted to finish in the NFC North? Last. So am I out to lunch? I mean, am I missing things that the Vikings have the best coaching staff, maybe in the NFL if you want to look at it that way? So the Vikings have the best or one of the best coaching staffs. They have one of the best skill position groups. They have a much improved defense, a much improved offensive line, we think. And there might be a couple of question marks here or there in the secondary, maybe a question mark or two on the O-line, maybe. And then everybody just, I guess, wants to think that J.J. McCarthy is going to be a massive flop. And here, I'm one person that can live to tell you, I wasn't so sure about my Broncos and Bo Nix last year. I wasn't so sure about Bo. Let me tell you, J.J.'s done a heck of a lot more in college than Bo did. J.J. McCarthy's been a big-time player in college, and the Vikings went all in. And so Colin Cowherd does his predictions this morning that the Vikings come in last in the NFC North. I mean, you just have to laugh at this stuff. So here's his NFC North predictions. I just want to show Colin some love on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Made a little common sense from South Dakota. The Vikings aren't going to finish last in the NFC North. The Bears will, right? I'll give you my prediction, but Collins is Lions first, and get ready for this. He does his show out of Chicago now. The Bears are second. So Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams are going to have this magical reunion and a magical season. The Bears are going to go from being last over and over to second in one of the toughest divisions in football. I mean, this is outstanding stuff. So Lions first, Bears second, Packers third. That's fine. Vikings fourth. That's Collins' division NFC North prediction. So he has to be, and I've heard this, some of these national guys that all the Vikings, some of them say they're going to be really good. They have a lot of good talent. They got a good roster. I think a lot of the national guys, though, are more like Colin. They just look at Minnesota and they say, well, that was just kind of a lucky deal last year. Sam Darnold caught lightning in a bottle. It's just a lucky deal. 14 wins. They're not going to do that. They're not going to come even close. As a matter of fact, they're going to go from division crown hunters. They were right there with the Lions in that last week, and they're going to go all the way to last. How can we find that? So let me do this. I'm going to do my own early predictions when it comes to the Nate Brown Show version of the NFC North, okay? And this is a little more common sense that we can have tonight. Let's not just be hot take central and be goofy. So Colin Cowherd, Lions first, Bears second, Packers third, Vikings fourth. That's wild. Nate Brown Show prediction tonight. Let's put it on the books. Put it on the books. Bears will be last. The Bears will be last again. And I'm fairly confident. I'm not telling you the Bears are going to be terrible, but they're not going to be able to break through in the NFC North. It's just too tough. The Lions have taken the steps to be the real deal now. So Packers are always going to be in the mix. Vikings have much improved coaching, much improved roster. So Bears last. I'm going to go Packers third. So that's the same as Colin today. I'm going to go Packers third, and it's a good third. It's not a bad third, but just on the bubble there, on the bubble. Packers third. Lions second. I just can't believe the Lions are going to win the division again. They've had a couple of years here where they've made great runs with Dan Campbell, and the Lions are good. The Vikings have taken the steps to be the division winner. If they can get that close with Sam Darnold, they can get there with a J.J. McCarthy. This is our guy to lead the Vikings. Everybody's bought in. I'm going to go Vikings to win the NFC North. Not to be goofy. It's Vikings-Lions. It's Vikings-Lions. How's it going to play out? It's definitely not going to be Lions-Bears, as Colin Cowherd said. I hate to break it to everybody. So, Vikings-Lions, NFC North. That's what I've got. So, let's go to the AFC West tonight. Colin was still trying to be a little goofy on the AFC West. Not a little goofy, a lot goofy. And again, I don't know where he gets it. Colin Cowherd, AFC West prediction today. Now you're talking. Now you're going to get personal here with the Nate Brown Show. You're going to get me fired up today. Colin Cowherd goes Raiders last. I'll live with that. Pete Carroll's in there. It's going to try and turn the tide, but it's not ready yet. So give me Raiders last, yes. Colin Cowherd gives me the Broncos third. The Chiefs second. And who does that leave to win the AFC West for Colin Cowherd? The LA Chargers? If the Chargers win the AFC West, what do I got to do? What do I have to do? It's not happening. I don't know if it's going to be my Broncos. I don't think it will be, but it's not going to be the Chargers, please. So I don't know where he got this. He used to do a show in L.A., so he goes Chargers. He knows all those guys, so he's like, I go Chargers. And then he does the show in Chicago. Well, the Bears are going to contend in the NFC North. I'm going to put them second. So Chargers winning Colin Cowherd's AFC West today in his big NFL predictions. That's a good one. Let me give you the Nate Brown Show model. Let's go. Let's give you the real deal tonight. Raiders last. Okay, I'm in agreement, Colin. My boy, we're there. Raiders last. Chargers third. Not first. Not winning the AFC West. They're third. The Chargers are going to charger. Have you ever heard that saying? Have you heard that, or is that just Broncos fans? The Chargers are going to charger. They're third. I'll put my Denver Broncos second. I can't take down the Chiefs yet. It's there. Sean Payton would tell you it's close. Super Bowl contenders. Hey, let's take it easy. Broncos second to the AFC West on the Nate Brown Show, and I will give you your Kansas City Chiefs first in the AFC West. Is this the year that somebody clips them down? Is this the year? The Chiefs. Not for me, but Colin Cowherd's going to say the Bears are going to make a run. Not quite win the division, but be a lot better than the Packers and Vikings. Okay. And the Chargers are going to take down everybody in the AFC West. Maybe you just woke up on a Tuesday, had a good breakfast, and let her rip. There's the Nate Brown Show. I'm trying to give a little bit of South Dakota, not big city. This would be interesting. Caleb Williams, this would be interesting. LA Chargers and Harbaugh. Let's just say the real teams that are going to do it. So Chiefs win the AFC West for me. I'm giving your Minnesota Vikings a real shot here. I'm giving them a real shot to win the NFC North. So, Colin, I hit you today across South Dakota. It's okay. We'll see where this thing goes. By the way, let me stay on this. Speaking of the Broncos, now, I want to stay with this because this is something that Sean Payton keeps on talking about, and I'm getting messages in from the show. You can text the show 605-720-1067. That's the text line. People have been warning me, don't fall into the Sean Payton trap. Sean Payton's out there talking at these press conferences about how good the Broncos are. And he's talking, he said Bo Nix is a superstar. Bo Nix is a superstar. And so I'm getting messages that, hey, don't buy into the hype for your Broncos. You're gonna be let down. And I'm trying to be the guy. I'm trying to be the rah-rah guy. What do you mean? My Broncos haven't been this good in 10 years. So I should be with my guy, Sean Payton. But I'm taking a step back. I'm starting to take some advice from listeners tonight. I'm starting to take some advice because I just think it's odd how the Broncos hype train is really heavy. Bo Nix is on the home page right now of ESPN.com. He's passing all the tests. And Sean Payton says he's a superstar. He could be up in the ranks of the best of the best. Can I just say realistically, am I going to get in trouble at all from Broncos fans? Sean Payton hasn't done much yet. Now with the Broncos, I mean, he got them to the playoffs on a very winnable schedule last year. I mean, that was a really easy schedule. So he hasn't done much yet. Bo Nix had a nice year, surprised me. I mean, he surprised me. So nice year. This is the critical year. And it feels like it feels like the Broncos and Sean Payton, namely, really hyping this team up. I think it's interesting. It's really wild. Most guys are going to fly under the radar a little bit. Hey, we're good. We say in-house we're really good. We're going to take some teams on. We don't leave it to, this team's Super Bowl contender. He said that last week. This week, Bo Nix is a superstar. And these guys haven't done enough yet. And that's my worry. The Broncos haven't been this hyped for 10 years. For 10 years, honestly. I got some listener reaction coming in on this from Nick. Nick, I like you, Nick. You're a Broncos fan. Listener reaction from Nick. Are you now all of a sudden on the Sean Payton and Bo train, or do you still wish we had Russell? Such a grinder. Russell Wilson could have won that many games last year with the Broncos if Sean was on board with Russ. I will say that, Nick. Let's see here. From a Vikings fan, the Vikings are going to win the NFC North by 3 games. Bookmark this. They will lose in the NFC Championship again. Bookmark that, too. That's from that's a classic Vikings fan. He's got to win in the North. I'm with you. They'll lose in the NFC Championship. Say it isn't so. Listener text coming in. Wait, this is where Nate Brown was wrong. Minnesota is a bad dream. Oh, that's tough. So you're not believing in the Vikings? You're putting the Vikings last like Colin Cowherd? You and Colin on the same page? Uncle Colin's got the Vikings last? No way, no how. Let's talk to a Vikings season ticket holder, huh? We got a lot to discuss tonight with Craig Mattick, our East River, West River love, coming up next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care. At participating stores.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic Park scratch ticket from the South Dakota Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $50,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today and welcome to Jurassic Park. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Tin Lizzie BetMGM Sportsbook is your home for the best sports betting experience in South Dakota. Tin Lizzie, bet on your favorite teams and watch the game, have a cold one, and enjoy summer in the Black Hills. BetMGM Sportsbook at Tin Lizzie, the king of sportsbooks. What game are you betting on? Make your play at Tin Lizzie, Main Street, Deadwood.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Mainly clear skies tonight with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Lows around 64, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mainly sunny skies again tomorrow, high of 89. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow night, lows level off around 66. Upper 90s Thursday, mid 80s Friday with a slight chance of thunderstorms. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, 76.
This isn't just the sound of a legendary Brunswick pool table. It's the sound of families about to make memories together. And while this may sound like the hum of a spa, listen closely, and you'll hear backyard fun for years to come. So while Splash City's guarantee of quality sure sounds good, we know quality time sounds even better.
Who wants another burger?
Splash City, 1024 West Omaha, across from Connects in Rapid City.
In the past, if you needed auto body repair, you had to get multiple estimates and then try to get your car into a shop for repair. Well, not anymore. In most cases, you can stop by one shop, get your estimate, and schedule your car for a repair. The question now becomes which shop you choose. If you like quality, choose J&J Truck and Auto Body. They have ASE, PPG, and Gold iCar certifications that allow them to offer you a nationwide warranty. And they'll work with your insurance company so you're pleased with the outcome. J&J Truck and Auto Body, 1513 East Philadelphia.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk.
Welcome in. Your sports, your show. The Nate Brown Show is on tonight. Fox Sports Radio. Hope you're having a nice day. Thanks for being here. Tuesday edition of the program, South Dakota Sports Talk Show, live on Fox Sports Radio. Lot to cover tonight. We'll go to the Twin Cities. Thor Nystrom was at Vikings night practice last night. What's Thor have to say about the Vikes? NFL college football analyst for Fantasy Life from Minneapolis. Straight ahead. Ryan Vavruska is on tonight. He's the Sioux Falls Little League head coach. He's out in Indiana. They just practiced earlier today. Coach is going to be on tonight. We'll talk Sioux Falls Little League. They're in the semifinals of the Midwest Regional tomorrow. They beat North Dakota in the championship, one game away from the Little League World Series. We've seen Sioux Falls make that run. So Coach is coming up from Indiana, talking Sioux Falls Little League success. I got a listener text that came in on Bo Nix and Sean Payton. I am hesitant to really get on this train early. I mean, there's no better guy to root for than Bo Nix. I mean, I'm watching this guy and the work ethic and the character and the leadership I like these guys. This is the guy that I like. So I'm rooting for Bo Nix, but listener text coming in saying that Sean Payton didn't say Bo Nix is a superstar. He said in the next 2 years he'll be in the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the league. He didn't say now. He said in the next 2 years. Well, he said he has the potential to become a superstar. So, yeah, I mean, but that's top 4, top 5 QB? You're putting Bo Nix? I mean, my point still stands. We've had one season here. I just, let's take it easy a little bit, and let's not go down the Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow road yet. That's superstar. Let's take it easy. Craig Mattick's on tonight. SDPB Sports, live from Sioux Falls. East River meets West River. Craig, how are you?
I'm doing great. Love your NFL talk.
Oh, I like that. Okay. I have to ask you a question. Colin Cowherd predicted today that the Vikings would finish last in the NFC North. Mm-hmm. And Craig Mattick says what?
Mm-hmm. Well, Colin Cowherd is a friend of mine. We brought him to Sioux Falls for our radio program, and we did that. So he knows me. We, of course, haven't talked to each other in over a decade, but I still consider him a friend. I like Colin, and I can see where Colin and the rest of the media looking out there and showing the Vikings at number 4. It doesn't surprise me one bit.
Really?
It all comes down to the quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. It's a rookie. He has proven nothing, and that is the biggest question mark. If he comes out ablazing, if he is the Sam Darnold of 2025, the Vikings are going to see some success. But if he winds up being just name any other NFL Viking quarterback, if their success isn't there, the Vikings will not make the playoffs. Now, the NFC North is the toughest division in football this year.
It's tough.
By far. It is the toughest. I still think 3 teams will make the playoffs from the NFC Central.
Okay.
Now, the Vikings have a tough schedule. I mean, you got Baltimore, Philadelphia, the Chargers, and then you got the Lions and the Packers and the Bears. You got Washington in there. That is a tough schedule. They are not going to go 14-3. That is not going to happen. Are they going to be last? Well, I don't know because we don't know about the quarterback. And the same thing with Bo Nix. Bo Nix, this is his sophomore year. What happens typically to sophomore quarterbacks in the NFL? They go down.
Boy, you're just
and Sean Payton, who I do not like Sean Payton. I wish the Broncos the best, but without Sean Payton. But here's the deal. I would think that he would try to put some water on the fire that they're trying to build in Denver, saying that they're Super Bowl bound, they're a Super Bowl team. You'd think he'd want to pull that back just a little bit.
I'm with you on that. I find that interesting. Boy, you're a breath of fresh air today, Craig Mattick.
Sorry.
I mean, you got
I'm
the
sorry.
Vikings, or they might finish last. I don't know. It's like, no, they're not going to finish last, Craig. They're not going to finish last. You're going to be going to these games this next season. They're going to be right in there. Colin Cowherd had the Bears at second. What does he see that I'm missing, that Caleb Williams is all of a sudden going to be the real deal, and the Bears, who are seem like always last, they're going to be second now behind the Lions? Come on.
Their defense is not bad. The Bears' defense, not bad. And Caleb Williams is getting a lot of pluses from the national media. A lot of them like him and think that he'll do well for the Bears. It might. But again, the Bears, the Vikings, the Packers, and Detroit, they all of them have tough schedules. I don't think anybody, I think each team will have at least 3 or 4 losses during the season because of the schedule that they'll all be facing this year.
Craig Mattick talking NFC North.
Nice.
This is good breakdown. SDPB Sports live from Sioux Falls. So AFC West, I also did that. Colin picks the Chargers to win the AFC West. So he's forgotten about the Chiefs and even my Super Bowl bound Broncos. What's going on? The Chargers? Come on.
I think the Chiefs are still the team until they're beaten. They're still the number one team. They maybe have another year in this run that they're on before salary cap and everything else is going to hit them. I think in the next year or two. They're in that window. These NFL teams only have a window of maybe of 4 to 5 years of building, keeping the great talent, maybe adding on. But then after they see success, then you see the salary cap come into play, and so we'll see. But I still have Kansas City the favorite in the AFC. Denver, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not listening to what's his name, the head coach. But I wish the rest of the Broncos all the best.
Bitter Vikings fan and Sean Payton. I wonder why. Let's see. Let's go to this locally. So this is something I noticed, and you've been in the media a long time. You know how things go. I've covered South Dakota sports quite some time, and we've seen how the sports landscape and the media coverage has changed. I'm noticing this. The Sioux Falls Argus-Leader hasn't had a sports reporter for almost 2 months. Now, I'm not inside there. I don't know if they're trying to find one. They're going to have one for football here as it gets started. I don't know, but I am concerned that is the Argus-Leader going to have a local sports reporter?
That's a great question. If they do get one, probably they got 2 options. You get a rookie who they bring in from out of state, doesn't know anything about the state, takes a while to get accustomed, maybe has to be one that is willing to write things that could be controversial, such as a Stu Whitney. But you know what? For the most part, I could care less what happens to the Argus-Leader because I think they are not a player. They're not a player at all in the media. Because it is newspapers are dead. It all comes down to radio and television and what they do on the internet. That is what's getting a lot more viewers and hits by doing the internet and your radio show.
I get that, but isn't it something that the Argus-Leader in a market like Sioux Falls, you may not have a sports reporter covering SDSU, USD, and high school football?
Well, they should, but again, that medium is dying. If they wanted to have some consistency, they would have a Matt Zimmer, a Stu Whitney, a Mick Gary, a Terry Vanderbeck, guys that were very popular, really good writers, covering teams. You would think that the Argus-Leader would still have one of those type of guys, but it's a sad story when it comes to the newspaper business.
All right, Craig Mattick on tonight, SDPB Sports. What do you think of the Sioux Falls Little League? The super team is back. I mean, you guys keep on winning. The super team is in the semifinals tomorrow. What do you think? Little League baseball in Sioux Falls, it must be really, really good.
Well, the pitching has been there, and I mean, you look at a couple of shutouts. I mean, it comes down to pitching at that level. Because let's face it, they're all pretty good teams, right? When you get to this level of the tournament, and so far, they have been able to shut out a couple of teams. So we'll see if they can continue to have good pitching. They'll be competitive, but it's just going to get a little bit tougher every step. The rest of the way, it's going to be a little bit more tough. We'll see what happens. People are starting to get a little excited now in Sioux Falls about a baseball team maybe in the Little League World Series, but they got another step to go.
Sioux Falls has made that Little League World Series numerous times now. They're trying to do it again. We're going to talk to their head coach on the Nate Brown Show tonight, Ryan Vavruska, head coach. He's in Indiana. We'll talk to him. We've got Craig Mattick tonight. Speaking of baseball, how about my question of the day, okay? Are you a Savannah Bananas guy? Savannah Bananas.
Yes. Huh? I love what they're doing. It's entertainment. And a little baseball mixed in with it once in a while. It's amazing the ideas that they have come up with. I mean, I saw one the other night on a replay, ground ball to the second baseman, and he kicked it over to the shortstop for a double play, which was awesome. I mean, the timing of a ground ball coming right at you, it's coming at you pretty good. He takes his right foot and deflects it right to the shortstop who's on second base, and they throw the double play. I mean, come on. The umpires doing flips when they're making a call, and a guy on stilts coming up to bat or pitching. I just think it's great entertainment, and I think a lot of fans enjoy it. It's probably what baseball needs, especially if you're a Minnesota Twins fan who probably have given up on that team for the rest of the year.
Okay, I have a question. They just played in the Twin Cities, the Savannah Bananas. Would you go and watch the Bananas or the Twins and Yankees?
Oh, I'd go see the Bananas.
Oh, come on.
The Twins aren't competitive. Why would I go to a team? Whether it's the same thing with the NFL, the NBA. It happened with the Timberwolves. If I see ownership not give a damn about their team, not trying to make itself better, why should I spend money and time to support that team if the ownership isn't?
Very interesting point. I'm with you. I think the ownership of the Twins, they don't care anymore at all, and I don't know how long they haven't cared. Twins with a big fire sale last week. Craig Mattick on tonight. The podcast is in play. Are you going to get ready to bring back some here for the fall?
I'm on vacation on the podcast right now, but we'll start up again in September. So we'll have a couple of them ready for you come September, and I'll let you promote it for me if you would, please. If you let me come back on again, if I don't blast your Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Coaches often.
My goodness, I didn't know you were going to hate on my Broncos, and I didn't know you were going to.
It's not the Broncos. It's just the coach.
Yeah, and you're doubting your Vikings, but that's typical of a Minnesota sports fan.
No, what we normally do is we get excited now and say that they're going to be in the Super Bowl, and then we get let down during the season. That's how that happens.
I do have a Vikings fan who said they're going to make the NFC Championship. He said they'll make it, and they will lose again.
Well, there's only been one rookie quarterback in the history of the NFL to send their team to the NFC Championship.
Wow. What a stat.
You know who that is?
I can't remember that one.
It was last year, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, just last year with the Commanders. Well, they're going to fall off, believe me. Okay, so you've got a chance. They'll fall off, too. Craig Mattick, SDPB Sports, Sioux Falls. Good to have you, man. Thanks.
As always, great talking with you, Nate. I wish you all the best.
See you. Craig Mattick on tonight. SDPB Sports. East River meets West River on the Nate Brown Show, kicking things off tonight. I didn't think Craig Mattick, I didn't take him for a Savannah Bananas guy. I thought Craig, he's serious. He's by the book. The Savannah Bananas? Oh, come on. He's a Savannah Bananas guy. It's my question of the day. Savannah Bananas just played in the Twin Cities. Now they're going to Denver this weekend. They're going to be at Coors Field. Matt Kearney's trying to put this whole plan together. He's trying to go watch the Savannah Bananas. And I think it's absolutely not on my list. But I want to know. So I made it in my question of the day. You know, the Savannah Bananas. I was around my brother this weekend, too. I went and saw my brother, and he had the Savannah Bananas game on his TV. He's barbecuing yesterday, and I'm going, what are we doing? There's real games on. What are you doing? Oh, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. We've lost our minds. Okay, question of the day for you tonight. You sound off on that. Are you in or are you out? It's simple. Savannah Bananas. What do you know about them? Have you seen them? Do you like them? Would you actually watch them on TV like my brother was trying to talk me into on that? Are you in or are you out on the Savannah Bananas? You know, the entertainment, they do goofy stuff. They sing, they dance, they line dance. They do all sorts of goofy stuff during a baseball game. Are you in or are you out? Question of the day, 605-720-1067. I'll give you my real take here coming up, okay? Thor Nystrom's on the way next, talking Vikings. He was at that night practice last night. Let's get Thor's take on the NFC North and more coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
It's time for an upgrade, and don't spend a dime for 2 years. That's right, 0 zip zilch, with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 24 months. That's August 2027. Say goodbye to drafts and outdated design, and hello to our acclaimed replacement windows and our stunning ensemble entry doors. Get energy-efficient windows and doors and beautiful upgrades with 0 regrets. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
No long waits, just fast, affordable care to get you feeling better, quicker. Black Hills Urgent Care has 2 locations in Rapid City on Haynes Avenue and Mountain View Road. You can simply check in online at bhucare.com. That's with the letter U, bhucare.com. When you need care, see the team at Black Hills Urgent Care, the faster way to get better.
As a rancher in western South Dakota, you know the meaning of hard work. From working cattle to working in the field, you know that the job begins before dawn and can last into the night. You also know that at the end of the day, it's more than just work. It's a way of life. When it comes to banking, you need a bank that values your time and is committed to your growth. Don't settle. Pioneer. Pioneer Bank and Trust. Local.
Pioneer Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Ever dreamed of building something amazing? Builders First Source in Rapid City, Spearfish, and Hot Springs is your go-to building materials partner. Whether you're building new or giving new life to an old space, we provide step-by-step guidance from drafting and cabinetry design to lifelike visualization and top-quality materials. It's your vision, and we're here to make it real. Visit BLDR.com. Builders First Source, your Black Hills partner in building every step of the way.
Your sports, your show. From East River to West River, this is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. How you doing tonight? It's always a great day in South Dakota. We know that. Tuesday edition of the program, Afternoon Drive, South Dakota Sports Talk Show, live on Fox Sports Radio. The Nate Brown Show. Glad you're on board. We'll go college football with John Brice. The coaches poll came out, so I want to get John's read on that. I think teams are missing here from the coaches poll, top 25. John Brice coming up. Hey, let's talk a little NFL, some Vikings, some college football. I mean, he does it all. NFL draft analyst, fantasy life from the Twin Cities. Thor Nystrom is in tonight on the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline on the Nate Brown Show. Thor, good to have you, man. How are you?
Good to be here, Nate. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. I saw you went to the Vikings night practice, checking out the Vikes. Okay, in what world do the Vikings finish last in the NFC North?
I don't think that's happening. That world would involve a biblical plague of injuries. You'd have to take out the quarterback first. You'd have to have a bad injury to Jefferson, and you're going to have multiple other starters going down. That's the only way I could see that happening. Okay, very interesting read from you. Why are you higher on the Vikings? I just did my opening monologue and was giving my own NFC North prediction. I've got the Vikings winning the NFC North, and it may sound like a homer, South Dakota wacky. I have them there. I have the Bears last. People think, well, the Lions, maybe it's their division. Why are you high on the Vikings? Where do you see them? You and I see this very similarly. I have the Vikings winning the division, the Bears being in last. To me, that's the easiest call of them. And I don't know how you had second and third. I actually have Packers second and Lions third. I think Lions take a step back. You lose both your coordinators. You have the head coach who's not a play caller. So I think that hurts. And then their personnel has gone down as well. They have some issues, for instance, along the defensive front. And then the Lions have to play a gauntlet schedule this year. It's one of the hardest in the NFL. So with all those things sort of conspiring, I see a little step back there. As far as with the Vikings, you go, 14-3 last year in the regular season, and you have improved the roster, in my opinion, fairly significantly. The non-quarterback position goes without saying. The interior offensive line, which is one of the NFL's worst for years, is now one of the NFL's best. You ejected all three starters from last year, and you brought in three quality ones, two big money free agents, and your first-round pick. The defensive front has gotten a lot better. That was something that Flores had to scheme around last year. Now it's one of the better position groups there as well in the NFL. So you've done all that stuff with your personnel. The thing with the quarterback gets a lot of talk. Darnold going to JJ. For the Vikings to be a division contender, JJ, he's only going to have to be a league average starter with the roster that they have around him, and anything that he is better than that, you can just raise the ceiling on the team even more. Thor Nystrom's on tonight from Minneapolis, NFL draft analyst, college football as well, fantasy life. He's on X. Follow him if you're not. Thor KU is where you'll find him there. Follow him. So I want to ask you about what's the real read out of Vikings camp. It's McCarthy's going to start this weekend. So they say, hey, we're going to start McCarthy on Saturday. What did you see, for example, last night? People have varied reports. Oh, he's looked good. He's looked good. No, he's made some bad plays. It's probably all of that. What do you say? Yeah, there's a lot of chatter, and like you said, there's disinformation or narratives online. As far as last night at the night practice, it was a pretty bland practice. I'm talking about run by the team, where like more than half of it was just positional drills. And then we got to see a little bit of 7-on-7. That was the coolest look that we got at JJ. They were rotating 4 quarterbacks, and every position group rotating guys in. But JJ had some good throws in the 7-on-7. Was accurate. He was on time. He was making good decisions. And then they did some 11-on-11 stuff, but that was they were using 11-on-11 for a lot of situational stuff. So it was hard to get a read on. They weren't running their full offense. Like, for instance, they'd moved the ball back to the Vikings 2, and then it was like, oh, let's practice, 5 plays, working out from the shadow of our own goal line. And then at midfield, they were working on outside zone stuff for Jordan Mason. But the whole practice, I only saw one bad throw from McCarthy. It was an intermediate throw that went between two targets. A defender got his hand on it. And then later on in one of the situational ones, this is where they had the Vikings at the opponent's 2 or 3 yard line, as it were, and they rolled McCarthy out to the right, and there was a couple receivers. The concept was, that they would get to basically different levels of the end zone, but, near the right sideline there at the end zone. And both those guys were covered. The defense had taken away the concept, and you'd love to see McCarthy there either tuck it and try to get it himself or else throw the ball away. And maybe because it was practice, he tried to gun the thing in there, and it wasn't intercepted or anything. It was knocked away, but I didn't love that decision. But outside of that, like I said, on time, accurate, making good decisions.
On time, accurate, making good decisions. Should I be nervous when I pick the Vikings to win the NFC North about their schedule? Eagles, Washington, the NFC North, 2 games each. It's a tough schedule now after last year.
Yeah, it is, but not as hard, for instance, as with the Lions. It is, to your point, though, and it's a great point, it is a significant jump over last year's schedule, and that's something that bears monitoring. What's interesting is at this time last year, we all thought the Vikings they were about to play a hard schedule. Like in the preseason rankings, the Vikings were the schedule strength was ranked around where it is now. Top 5, top 6, hardest schedule in the NFL. But the Vikings got kind of lucky with a couple of those opponents taking big steps back. The 49ers were one example. There's multiple others from what they were expected to be. We'll find out this year. But I think the fact that your biggest competition for the division objectively plays a harder schedule than you, I think we can sort of wipe that one away as a potential issue.
Thor Nystrom in tonight talking NFC North Vikings Fantasy Life, where you'll find him also on X at ThorKU. What do you think of the Browns situation here? Shedeur Sanders listed 4th on the depth chart. People have debated if that's the way it should be. That's just the way it should be. I'm not one of them. I'm thinking, come on now, 4th, and then they say, well, since people are hurt, he's going to start for the Browns this week in their first preseason game. Where's Shedeur really land, do you think? Is he getting a shot, a real one?
Well, yeah, I mean, he should definitely be rostered. The Browns, you have the numbers issue, right? Because the quarterback you took in the 3rd round, Gabriel, he's your QB3. Obviously, your 2 off-season imports, Flacco and Pickett at the top of the depth chart. And Mike McDaniel said this a couple days ago, the coach of the Dolphins, that there's nothing more meaningless in sports than depth charts in early August, which I do agree with. They're putting Sanders beneath Gabriel because that's the way that they drafted them. It's not necessarily the way that they see him now. Sanders certainly has objectively been better in practice. There's been some concerns with Gabriel. Gabriel, his issue was the lack of physical tools, right? Like the small sort of scrambling lefty, and he sees the field well, but not a great athlete and kind of has a wet noodle arm. And so far, it hasn't been translating the best for him. I mean, we're very early, so we'll see. But the Browns are going to have to make a move at some point, and they're also going to have to cut Tyler Huntley, who they just signed because of the aforementioned quarterback injuries. But even beyond that, you're going to have to whether it's trade Pickett, whether it's I wouldn't expect them to trade Flacco. But whether it's Pickett or whether it's one of the 2 rookies, if you cut Sanders, some other team's going to claim him. You're not going to be able to get him through to the practice squad. So they're going to be put to a decision. But I would kind of the thing that makes the most sense to me is trade Pickett. Just try to recoup what you gave up for him if that's possible, and then have the 2 rookies back up Flacco. You're not expecting to win this year, and in fact, you've almost made a roster where you're gunning for one of the top picks so that you can take who you believe will be your quarterback of the future.
So is that the watch this week? Are those the 2 watches for you? Shedeur gets the start. J.J. McCarthy gets the start. Is that interesting this week?
I think so, yeah. I mean, getting just the Shedeur Sanders thing, obviously a really interesting story there, but also in lieu of the Browns' quarterback situation, how bad it is overall, but then you also have the numbers issue where you can only roster 3 of these guys. So I think it's going to be pretty fascinating to watch Shedeur. He's a guy that sees the field pretty well, and he has the good short area accuracy. He runs offenses with good timing. He's going to run your system for you. The thing that, of course, that where NFL teams were concerned about his on-field evaluation was pushing the ball down the field. So you know, and the arm strength thing against, you know, a guy like, for instance, Cam Ward, who throws with really high velocity. So it'll be interesting to see how does that arm translate to NFL speed, and we're going to get a front row seat. And then McCarthy, you know, he was so good in the one preseason game he played in last summer against the Raiders when he came in for Sam Darnold. McCarthy threw an interception right away, and after that he was basically flawless the rest of that game. And the Vikings ended up winning that game and snapping a 10-game losing streak in the preseason. McCarthy, that's the only game McCarthy's played since the national title game when they beat Washington 2023. That's a guy who the last year, while he was injured, he referred to himself as a caged animal climbing uphill during the rehabilitation process. This is a guy that badly wants to get back out on the field. I don't know if the Vikings want, you know, like the starters, they typically play him less in the preseason, but they had to let JJ out there to get on the field, and he's going to be jacked to get back out there.
Yeah, interesting week. Preseason's here. Normally it's not much for me, but I got my eye on a couple of QBs this week. McCarthy for the Vikes, Shedeur Sanders for the Browns. Thor Nystrom is on. Follow him at Thor KU. Find him at Fantasy Life. Talking ball, man. Appreciate you. Thanks, Thor.
Always good talking to you, Nate.
Appreciate your time tonight. From the Twin Cities, that's Thor Nystrom on. Follow him at Thor KU. That's where you'll find him on X if you're there. And his work is at Fantasy Life, NFL, college football analyst for Fantasy Life. All right. Hey, I'm with Thor. Anybody else? He's a Minnesota guy. It's Midwest common sense. The Vikings will finish better than the Bears. I hate to say it. Actually, I like to say it, but that's where we're at. Colin Cowherd's in Chicago. He took his show to Chicago, and now he's got to be like a 670 the score homer. I don't know, but interesting predictions out of the NFC North. I'm taking Vikings to win it if you missed it. Early NFC North prediction, I had to do it because you got to call out Colin here on Fox Sports Radio tonight from South Dakota Sports Talk Show. I take Vikings to win the NFC North. I take the Chiefs to win the AFC West. Surprise, surprise. And my Broncos, second. We're climbing. We are climbing. Coming right back on the Nate Brown Show, let's look at the question of the day answers. It's a simple one. Baseball right now. Savannah Bananas just sold out the St. Paul Stadium. So St. Paul had they have this entertaining minor league team, and now they've ramped up. The Savannah Bananas have taken it to like another level of entertainment. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. I mean, similar. Are you a Savannah Bananas fan? I mean, my daughter even mentioned, she was like, well, I know the Savannah Bananas. I'm like, oh, Lord. And she said, I'd rather watch a Savannah Bananas game than a real Major League Baseball game. And then she didn't get dinner. Anyway, Savannah Bananas, are you in or are you out? 605-720-1067. That's the line, and I'll give you my real take next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside. You don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on, and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people, from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
All day long, Que Pasa is your hometown hangout, and we have a smoking deal for you. Mention you heard Rob on the radio and score a $2.99 house margarita any day, anytime. Limit 1 per customer per day, so don't miss out. Offer available for a limited time. Swing by, sip something special, and celebrate the season at Que Pasa Mexican Cantina.
Hey, sports parents and ballers of all ages, Rapid City has a new sports facility that you have to check out. E3 Sports Complex on East North Street is the newest indoor sports facility featuring 4 full courts. E3 Sports is here to serve the community and wants all athletes of any age to come and experience expert training, coaching, and the opportunity to unlock your athletic potential. Memberships and court rentals are available now. Come to play at E3 Sports Complex. Learn more at e3sports.org.
Hanging with Brian from Anytime Auto Sales. I see new models of stand-up and teardrop campers on your lot.
Yes, you do. We're proud to feature the new SGC Armor line of campers from Bontrager Outdoors. Bang for the buck, there's just nothing out there like these new super cool Armor campers and Bontrager teardrops.
And the suspension these campers have? Wow, so impressive.
All our campers come standard with the off-road package. Bontrager and Armor just ramped boondocking up another notch. And right now, you'll get the best price all year on these 2026 ultra-light, ultra-beefy, option-loaded campers and teardrops.
You gotta check out these new look campers, people. The new designs are fantastic, and so many options for their size.
And so many options for towing. No need for a diesel or a big truck. These only weigh around 1,500 to 2,000 pounds, so they can be towed by almost any rig.
Check out these new 2026 Bontrager and SGC Armor campers, everyone. See AnytimeAnytime.com, and as always at the corner of Highway 79 and East Minnesota.
Anytime Auto Sales.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show, also streaming right now on X. Follow us and watch the show live at Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in. South Dakota Sports Talk Show live Tuesday on Fox Sports Radio across the state. The Nate Brown Show is on here. And X, at Nate Brown Show. Follow us. Watch us live on X, at Nate Brown Show. Also on YouTube, The Nate Brown Show. Subscribe to the channel. You've got us on YouTube. Live on Fox Sports Radio. A couple of great guests coming up. We go from South Dakota to national. Ryan Vavruska is on the way. Sioux Falls Little League head coach. I want to talk to Coach Ryan. He's out in Indiana. The Sioux Falls Little Leaguers are 1 game away from the championship of the Midwest Regional. And then, of course, if you win that, you're in the Little League World Series again. Man, it's been quite something for Sioux Falls Little League to make this run numerous times to the Little League World Series. How does the team look now? They play the semis tomorrow. We'll talk to the head coach. Coming up, John Brice is on, talking top 25 coaches poll, which just came out. College football coaches poll. Where are the Huskers? Anywhere? Oh, John Brice coming up, footballscoop.com, national writer. Okay, I wanted to get this out. I've been talking about this all summer. I finally wanted to get it out. Today's the day. I have to decide where is the sports fan in this new phenomenon, this growing social media craze. You know, you watch the reels. You guys could watch reels of these guys all day and just waste your life away. And so I wanted to see, where are the sports fans on the Savannah Bananas? I have to tell you, how much have I watched the Savannah Bananas? So I can give you my take on this. How much have I watched the Savannah Bananas? Like 5 seconds. I mean, I see the stuff pop up. I see, just like however it pops up, I see the stuff on social media, and they got their shirts off and they're doing stuff, and it's like, what are we doing here? And people are trying to talk me into this. They're trying to talk me into it. Matt Kearney's trying to talk himself into going and watching them at Coors Field in Denver this weekend. So today's the day. They were just in the Twin Cities, sold out there in St. Paul. They're playing it. I mean, they sold out Yankee Stadium. They play like 2 games. They're playing at Coors Field. They sell out major league ballparks, and they do the minor league ballparks, and they do all this. My brother, this is just all came to a head. Maybe it's fate that I'm going to somehow be a Savannah Banana guy sometime, and then just kill me. Anyway, a Savannah Bananas, are you in or are you out? That's what I want to know from a sports fan side, because why is that, though? He's like, hey, Nate, why are you so serious? Why do you have to yell at the clouds? Well, I'm not like a hater, I wouldn't say, but I'm not going to watch the Savannah Bananas. I liked the Harlem Globetrotters when I was a kid. I liked it when I was a kid. There is a space for this. I don't knock down my doors to go watch fake stuff anymore. So I'm not going to go watch the Washington Generals. I took my kids to that. I went as a kid. It's all good. It's entertainment. That's what it is. But I can't do the sports thing. So my brother had it on his TV. I mean, could you think of anything better to do on a Saturday night in August? I could. And it's not go to the Savannah Bananas. I'm out. Matt Kearney's in. Let's send it to the audience. 605-720-1067. The Savannah Bananas. They do line dancing. They do all sorts of stuff. And my brother's trying to tell me, like, these guys are, like, really good baseball players, too. And I understand, like, AAA and stuff like this. He's like, oh, no, they're actually really talented players. Well, I don't know. It was hard to tell when he was drinking a milkshake running to second. So, Savannah Bananas, are you in or are you out? That's my question of the day tonight. I'm out. And it's not angry. It's just goofy. And I want real sports. I want competitive sports. I don't want Washington Generals anymore. I want real sports. So 64% of the audience says, not my thing tonight. Sorry, Matt. You're out. 64% of the Nate Brown Show audience holding firm, not my thing. 36% of the audience all in on the Savannah Bananas. 605-720-1067. Some text coming in if you want to chime in. I'd like your feedback. Listener text, I love the Savannah Bananas. And I personally know one of the pitchers on the team. He pitches with both arms. Well, that's a good story. Good story. I'm not here to say there's not good players. I mean, there's good Harlem Globetrotter players. I mean, outstanding. I'm just here to say I don't need to be eating cotton candy and, stealing it for, shoving it up the ref's pants. Whatever. So I'm out. Listener text, I'm out on the Bananas. I want real baseball. Listener text, I'm out. Let's see, listener text, WWE is fake. Harlem Globetrotters is fake. Savannah Bananas actually playing a game of baseball. Well, the Harlem Globetrotters are playing a game of basketball. They just win all the time. Do the Bananas win? Do they win all the time? I don't know. We'll see if Matt Kearney makes the run this weekend. What a deal. 60, let's update the poll. 64% of the audience still holding firm. Savannah Bananas baseball, not my thing. 36% of you all in. Now, I do have to tell you, what a business model. I mean, these guys are just really successful. Really. Social media phenomenons, selling out Yankee Stadium, Coors Field this weekend. So enjoy it. Have fun. I'm just not going to be doing that for... Oh, I got a listener text. I love it. And it's a banana. They sent in a banana. That's it. Show's over. Coming right back into the second hour, I have a real sports question for you, okay? Bananas is over. It's gone. We'll see if Matt makes it to Denver this weekend, and then he can live to tell about the dream of watching the Bananas. I'm going to come back with this. Skip Bayless, broadcaster, commentator, however you want to describe him. Skip Bayless said it's impossible to focus on your family if you want to be the best pro athlete out there. It's impossible. What do I say? What do you say? Next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Consumers everywhere are rediscovering the benefits of buying locally produced food. Not only is it fresher, tastier, and more nutritious, it's also good for the local economy. And did you know the Village Hearth and Artisan Hearth hamburger and hot dog buns and rolls you love are baked right here in the Midwest? With the state-of-the-art bakeries and facilities throughout the Midwest, freshly baked buns and rolls are delivered fresh every day to your neighborhood grocers. Village Hearth and Artisan Hearth buns and rolls, locally baked, delivered fresh daily. At Dakota Bank, we're more than just a place to bank. We're your neighbors. From everyday banking to home mortgages, insurance, and trust services, we're here for every step of your financial journey. We believe in doing what's right for you because we live here, work here, and care about our communities just like you do. Go with confidence, go with trust, go with Dakota Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance and investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, and have no bank guarantee.
As you ride in Deadwood during this year's rally, don't miss the hottest bikini bike wash in town at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resorts. Just check your bike in with one of our bikini babes. That'll give you time to step inside and cool down with an ice-cold domestic pint for only $4. Or enjoy a delicious Bloody Mary. Plus, you can eat at one of Cadillac Jack's 5 different restaurants or try your luck in Deadwood's largest casino, Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort. How will your night play out?
If you want the peace of mind that your next pre-owned vehicle is the best it can be, you want Honda True. And you only find it at Danny Manholt Rushmore Honda. Our Honda certified pre-owned vehicles are thoroughly inspected and backed by 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, up to 2 complimentary oil changes, 24/7 roadside assistance, inspection report, and 3-day exchange. You simply can't buy the wrong vehicle. Search our inventory at honda-true.com or see us at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Collins Siding has been the region's premier window siding, door, and gutter installation specialist since 1974. They use only the highest quality materials and never compromise on their workmanship. Collins Siding is licensed, bonded, and their estimates always include labor, materials, and applicable permits and taxes. Collins Siding has been providing top quality service and exceeding high standards for over 45 years, and you can find out how by visiting them at 2016 Cherry Avenue. Collins Siding, 2016 Cherry Avenue, Rapid City.
Hi, Mom. What are you wearing?
Oh, this is my around the house in summer outfit. You like it?
Mom, it's a garbage bag that you put your legs and arms through.
Yeah, and then I fill it with ice.
Okay, why?
Well, this house gets so darn hot in the summer, and walking around in my Starkers just wasn't working for me anymore.
So you made an ice chest dress?
Well, at least I'm comfortable now.
Mom, why don't you just call Renewal by Anderson?
Oh, is that a new tailor?
No, Renewal by Anderson makes custom fit windows tailored for any house.
I don't know. I'm growing kind of fond of the old ice chest dress.
No, really, they do a free home consultation. Then replace your old drafty windows with brand new ones.
You know, I do wish these garbage bags were stronger. I reach for the TV remote and ice goes all over the living room floor.
Okay, Mom, call Renewal by Anderson.
Oh, I will. Now, would you like a cold drink? I got plenty of ice.
I don't think so.
Visit RBARapidCity.com today for a free consultation. Lower your heating and cooling bills with windows from Renewal by Anderson of Rapid City. RBARapidCity.com.
This is the Nate Brown Show. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, welcome into the Savannah Banana Show of South Dakota. The Nate Brown Show is live on Fox Sports Radio, where we have a good time, I hope. Thought-provoking sports talk across the state. Fox Sports Radio, where it's always a great day in South Dakota. Second hour ready to go. It's driven by Summit Automotive Group when it comes to pre-owned in South Dakota. Start at SummitAutoGRP.com. Car buying built around you. Find out how. SummitAutoGRP.com for the selection right now on your phone. The Nate Brown Show is on Twitter. Follow us and watch us live. Interact with us. We check it throughout the show at Nate Brown Show on Twitter. You've got us, and YouTube, The Nate Brown Show. A couple of great guests coming up. College football top 25. Look at the coaches poll with John Brice just came out. Where are the Huskers at? How about the Hawkeyes? College football writer, footballscoop.com, John Brice on the way. Ryan Vavruska is in tonight from Indiana. He's the Sioux Falls Little League head coach. Sioux Falls Little Leaguers 1 win away from the championship of the Midwest Regional. And then if they win that, it's Little League World Series appearance again. South Dakota's rooting for him. Ryan Vavruska on live tonight, this hour from Indiana, the Sioux Falls Little League head coach. So here's something that got my attention. I have a family. Many of you do as well. We all do our jobs. I think we all try and do a good job. You may wonder sometimes, but I try and do a good job. You try and do a good job. We focus on our jobs. But is that who we are? What do we do? We go to parties and we say, well, what do you do? What do you do? What do your folks do? Yeah. So we do it. I get it. It's a big thing, whether you're a CEO, whether you're a fireman, whatever, policeman. I mean, it's a big thing. Some jobs are really, really important, and you have to focus in. You have to do the best job you can do, public safety and the whole thing. I get jobs are really key. What about a pro athlete and how much they have to focus in on it? We want them as fans to be ultra-focused, life or death. When you play for my team, I want you to care. I want you to put in every effort you can. You're getting paid millions of dollars. You've heard these lines, right? You guys get paid millions of dollars. You better put in every single second of effort to be a pro. If you're fortunate enough to be a pro quarterback, whatever it is, you better be dialed in. I get it. Here's what Skip Bayless said. You remember Scotty Scheffler a few weeks ago, before the British Open? Scotty Scheffler was talking about, well, I like winning, but, winning's not fulfilling. I win a golf tournament. What's the big deal? It's like I'm happy for a few minutes, and then I wonder, why am I doing this? What's this all about? So Skip Bayless has taken an approach to this, saying, can pro athletes be focused on their family first, wife, kids first, and then their professional sport next? He's basically trying to make the argument. He's saying you can't. This is Skip Bayless. He's been on FS1 and the whole thing, right? Skip has his own show now, and I was looking through his statements, and he was saying, no, like Scotty Scheffler, he said, he's such a good golfer. He's just unbelievable talented golfer, and golf is so hard that he says, no, Scotty, you can't be focusing on your wife first, your kids, before you're age 30. And so that's actually some of the direct quotes. This is Skip Bayless. Quote, that's what God has called you to do, Scotty, not to focus on your wife and infant son before you're age 30. Golf is too hard. You can't shrug it off at age 29 and focus on being a better father than a golfer. You can't do that. It's like, what? Let's see. Skip Bayless pointed out he doesn't have kids, and he made a decision to not have kids with him and his wife. They decided to not have kids because he wanted to be the best sports commentator ever. That's what he said. Lucky for you, I never made that decision, and I don't I don't profess to do that. But a larger question tonight. So, by the way, I believe Skip's off in more ways than one, but I believe Skip's off. And he's saying a Patrick Mahomes can't have a real focus on his kids and his wife more than football if he wants to be the greatest of all time. That's what he's saying. So he referenced Scotty Scheffler. No, you can't. I mean, you got to be. I mean, this is your window. This is your time to be the best, to beat Tiger. You can't be distracted with that. So you're telling me Patrick Mahomes, if he's going to be the best quarterback of all time, he can't be family focused and be the best quarterback of all time. And I don't buy it. Let me ask you the question of the day in the second hour of the Nate Brown Show. And why don't I buy it? I want to provide an argument here. Patrick Mahomes is just better than everybody. Yes, he puts in all the work. He focuses. He does all of that. He's just better than everybody. Scotty Scheffler is just better. I mean, it's not like, well, if I spent even more time at this, even more time at that, could Patrick Mahomes be even better? I don't know. He's just better than everybody anyway. An ultimate winner. How hard is it to win that many golf tournaments for Scottie Scheffler? I mean, he's won a bunch now. Tiger Woods, yes, he put in a bunch of time. His family life was not quite good. These guys are just better than everybody. You're saying, oh, you can't necessarily have a family and kids. That's just, if you have that, you're not going to be able to be the best of the best. If you're just better than everybody, I believe you can be. Can you not balance life? Are the best firemen? Well, they just can't be the best firemen because they have a family too. I'm serious about that. Do you believe pro athletes can prioritize their family and still be the all-time best athlete? Question of the day. Little family sports psychology tonight. Skip Bayless says no. Of course. They leave it to Skip. Sports are more important than your... Scotty, what are you doing? All right, Skip. Just have another pizza there. Have another glass of wine. You'll be fine. There's more to life than just watching sports. I hate to tell you. Or playing sports. And I'm a sports guy. What do you say? Wow, we got a split vote tonight. We have a split vote. Do you believe pro athletes can prioritize their family and still be the all-time best athlete? 51% say no in all reality. 49% say, of course, you can balance both. A split vote. I'm a little surprised by that. I know it's a commitment. I know it's like hardcore. You can't do a family life and be the best pro in sports? Not buying it when you're just better than everybody. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to be any better if he didn't have kids and a family. That's my read. John Brice next, college football national writer. Are the Huskers in the coaches poll top 25? How about the Hawkeyes, Iowa State, and more coming up?
This is South Dakota's sports talk show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
It's time for an upgrade, and don't spend a dime for 2 years. That's right, 0 zip zilch, with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 24 months. That's August 2027. Say goodbye to drafts and outdated design, and hello to our acclaimed replacement windows and our stunning ensemble entry doors. Get energy-efficient windows and doors and beautiful upgrades with zero regrets. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place that's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Mainly clear skies tonight with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Lows around 64, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 89. 66 tomorrow night, mainly clear. A blend of clouds and sun and dry Thursday and Friday, upper 90s, Thursday, upper 80s by Friday. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 74 degrees.
Both Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City welcome you to the Black Hills and the 85th Sturgis Rally. Shop Western South Dakota's largest selection of beer, wine, and spirits, plus collectible bottles of bourbon that include custom-etched Jack Daniel's single-barrel whiskey with the 85th Sturgis logo, Mount Rushmore, Devil's Tower, and more. Plus, the new store features the Campfire Bar, where you can enjoy a draft beer while you shop. Mr. Liquor has 2 locations to serve you, next to Walmart off Catron Boulevard or on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Live callers, big-time interviews, and breaking sports news. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown.
It is South Dakota Sports Talk Show, The Nate Brown Show, live Fox Sports Radio. Your home for South Dakota Sports Talk Show across the state. Welcome in. Your sports, your show. Great guest lineup tonight. From Craig Mattick live in Sioux Falls to John Brice live, college football national writer. We got you covered tonight. If you miss any parts of the show, go to the Nate Brown Show podcast. It's readily available. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast, search The Nate Brown Show, and you've got every show there. Here he is, John Brice, footballscoop.com. It's busy now, man. It's time. Welcome in, John. How are you?
I'm good, Nate, and you're right. It is time. I'm in Nashville at the National College Football Player Personnel and General Managers Symposium, surrounded by about 1,000 college football and NFL personnel, directors, scouts, general managers, NFL GMs, agents, you name it. So it's here. Camp's underway. Talking season's underway, and couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks from games.
Okay, here we go. At least you have that to distract you from your Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, I need it. I need something to distract me. They played distracted most of the year.
All right, I had to get it. I just had to hit you. You've hit me. I had to hit you tonight.
I love it. Bring it.
I like it. By the way, should the Braves have done something at the trade deadline? I mean, should they have done something to this, or are they just going to run this back?
Yeah, they should have done something. They should have dumped Ozuna. They should have dumped Iglesias. They should have absolutely done so. I know this year has been horrible with injuries, but they've underperformed. The injuries have been to the pitching staff, and the bullpen's been an arson squad. The starting pitching's been good enough to keep them in it. The offense is terrible. Remind me why they fired Kevin Seitzer to only get worse. So, anyway, start at the top. If you're going to make changes, look in the mirror and find some culpability there, and I'm not sure the right people have done that.
All right, I wanted some Braves reaction from John Brice, and I got it. Now let's go to college football. Here's one that's interesting. The coaches poll comes out. And it varies from some stuff I've seen, some other polls. No Nebraska at all. Is that surprising to you? Nebraska not in the top 25 of the coaches poll?
I think so. I don't know that we saw how all the voting broke down. I'll tell you, that one surprised me. No USC at all in the top 25 surprised me. I understand that USC limped to the finish line last year and disappointed, finishing, I think, 7-6. But that one really surprised me because I still think USC has some really nice talent. They've overhauled a lot of things in Lincoln Riley's system. He's brought in some new coaches. And it's year 2 for Danton Lynn, who I think is an elite defensive coordinator. So both of those surprised me. I'm not sure which surprised me the most, if I'm being perfectly candid with you.
Okay, so no Huskers in there, no Iowa Hawkeyes in there. Now, I know Iowa's not supposed to be like a juggernaut, but they're always going to win like 8 games with Kirk Ferentz. So what do you say about the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, that was my third one. I'm glad you said that because I just did a spot. I don't know if it was Keith Kelly in Wyoming or who it was recently, but I said Iowa is my team that I would say look outside of the top 15 from what a lot of projections are. Look outside of the top 15, and is that a team that can make a playoff run? Tim Lester is in year 2 running the offense. I like him. He's been a head coach. He's a former high-level quarterback. He's played the game at all levels. He's been in the NFL. And they got the quarterback to transfer in from South Dakota State, I believe, Gronowski.
Yep.
Love that kid. So Iowa might have a competent to really nice quarterback for, I don't know, Chuck Long? No, maybe it's not been that long, but it just seems like it. So I think Iowa, of all of those teams, Iowa might be my best dark horse pick as a college football playoff contender.
Okay, some teams missing from the Coaches Bowl. I wanted to get his read. Huskers not in there in the top 25. I think that's ridiculous. Top 25. No Iowa, no USC. Here's a team that people are high on. How about you? Illinois coming in at number 12. Illinois, 12.
Yeah, they've got some stability there. They certainly had a great season last year, first 10-win season in like 23 years or something like that. First 10-win season in a really long time. They've got a buzz about them for not only winning 10 games, but the way that they won 10 games with a little bit of precocious behavior in that bowl game against South Carolina. I think 12 is a little steep for them, but I also know that they don't have the toughest schedule in the Big Ten, and they do get a Southern Cal at home. And I don't have their schedule right in front of me to know who else they miss, but I do know that there's some benevolence to their schedule.
Okay, so you covered Notre Dame. You're right there. Notre Dame's number 5, and then I want to correlate this. LSU with Brian Kelly's number 9. Here's what people say. Brian Kelly went to LSU to be better than Notre Dame. So what's wrong?
Well, I would say he's certainly any conference would technically be a tougher conference since Notre Dame's an independent, but he's in the toughest conference in college football. He also inherited a situation where the coach had been fired, which always indicates more work to be done. I think he would tell you it's taken him longer to do that work. And then Marcus Freeman has taken Notre Dame to a level that Brian Kelly did not, because Marcus Freeman, frankly, is a better recruiter than Brian Kelly, and I think that Marcus Freeman has a little bit healthier culture than Brian Kelly. That doesn't mean that Brian Kelly doesn't do some great things. I think he's an excellent CEO, CFO, but that's sort of where that stands with me.
Okay, do you expect LSU to be in the mix this year more than any other year?
Yeah, I think they better be. I think that they have great talent. I think Brian Kelly has been very confident. He's told you it's by far their best team that he's had of the 4 years at LSU. I think he invested $1 million, maybe more, of his own money to help fund their NIL payments, to help pay for their roster this year. Literally took money out of his pocket. Not that he can't afford it. He signed that $90 million contract, but at least it shows you he's got some skin in the game. And so I do think so. Now, we'll know in a hurry. They open on the road under the lights at Death Valley in the Battle of the Death Valleys. So that's significant, but we'll know in a hurry, and that's hardly their only tough game, but that's their toughest non-conference game.
John Brice, follow him at John D. Brice 1. College football fans, you can find his work at footballscoop.com, a site I go to every day. Speaking of another opener, Texas, Ohio State, they're 1-2. How big is that opener to start the year?
It's huge, and it's hopefully what we're going to see more of, not less of, in college football in the coming years. We need Texas, Ohio State. We need Clemson, LSU. We need Miami, Notre Dame. We need Alabama, Florida State. Now, Florida State's got to uphold its end by being competent, but we need those matchups. Even, I would say, Colorado, Georgia Tech is a very nice matchup. The game in Dublin, Ireland in week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State. I talked to somebody at this event today who was adamant. He believed both of those teams are good enough to win the Big 12 in what's probably going to be a very wide-open Big 12. And, again, right now, if you're good enough to win the Big 12, you're good enough to get into the college football playoffs.
Last one for John Brice. You're at this symposium with GMs, this new era of college football. What's the big, buzz around there with the GMs, the player personnel? What's the buzz in 2025?
Yeah, it's contract language. That's the meeting I literally walked out of about 8 minutes before you called. So I was glad you had me on a little later today. It allowed me to visit. But the whole last several hours of today's meetings were about contract language, clawbacks in player contracts, buyouts in player contracts, what's going to be universal. The Big Ten has a standard template that all schools use. The Nebraska GM is here. I sat in on one of his sessions today. He was really good about how they want to build and how they're going to approach it. The Texas Tech GM, very stark contrast to how Nebraska wants to build it. So all of those things, but contracts, the language of contracts, how you're going to allocate that money and what you value, and it's literally different at every single place. But the common theme, the universal theme from all of them is that whatever it is, what you believe in, how you want to build, you better stick to it. Don't say we're allocating $2 million for our offensive line, and then a guy try to get poached out of the portal from your offensive line for $1.5 million, and you say, okay, we'll match that. And then you think you're going to get the rest of your offensive line for $500,000 total. So pick your North Star and stick to it.
Okay, so contracts. John, do you think these contracts will stop, at least stymie, some of the transferring that we've seen?
That's what I'm told, especially that was the point driven home today about the language in the Big Ten contract. I don't know if we've seen it all yet, but it was very, very much emphasized that the Big Ten is putting some language in to try and force kids back to communicate and not just be able to duck out and immediately head to another Big Ten school.
John Brice on tonight. Appreciate him from Nashville, footballscoop.com for all of his coverage. John, thanks, man.
Appreciate you, Nate. Take care, buddy.
Thanks a lot. John Brice, national college football writer at the GM Player Personnel Conference right now in Nashville, footballscoop.com. Good stuff from John tonight. Follow him on Twitter if you're not, John D. Brice 1. Let's go to Indiana. The Sioux Falls Little Leaguers try to make another run. They're a couple of wins away from another Little League World Series. How about we talk to the head coach about this version of the Little League run? Ryan Vavruska, Sioux Falls Little League head coach, on the experience at the Midwest Regional next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
It's time for an upgrade, and don't spend a dime for 2 years. That's right, 0 zip zilch, with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 24 months. That's August 2027. Say goodbye to drafts and outdated design, and hello to our acclaimed replacement windows and our stunning ensemble entry doors. Get energy-efficient windows and doors and beautiful upgrades with zero regrets. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside. You don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on, and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
We want to be your trusted partner for physical therapy, athlete development, and sports rehab. As the official strength and conditioning partners for Stevens, Central, Douglas, and the Rapid City Rush, our team at Physio is building the best athletes in the Black Hills. If you have an athlete in the family, we offer long-term athlete development at affordable prices for middle and high school students. We also have the only board-certified sports PT in Rapid City. At our brand new facility, Physio is ready to help you perform at your best. One-on-one physical therapy, athlete development, and sports rehab, all at one place. Get started at bhphysio.com.
Remember when life was simple? Nope, me neither. The summer sun may feel great to us, but summer heat takes its toll on your vehicle. Don't risk your family's vacation fun by ignoring vehicle maintenance. When it comes to your vehicle maintenance or repair, keeping it simple is easy. The ASE certified technicians at Al's D&I can make sure your car is in top running condition. Maintenance now or fix it later. Most vehicles, most years, and most countries. Al's D&I can fix them. Check in at Al's D&I on Sturgis Road and online at alsdniautorepair.com.
And 200, 2 and a quarter, 2 to the bid, 20 bomb, 50, money get 250 here, no 75, 275 now, 3.
Hi, folks. Kevin McPherson Auction Company. We can turn your property to cash. We can sell your personal property and your real estate at auction. A family business for 64 years and counting. We've sold several millions of dollars in property over the years. We're happy to consult with you on your auction plans. Let our selling experience work for you. Call McPherson Auction, 605-348-1369. Visit us on our web at mcphersonauction.com.
This is The Nate Brown Show, also streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe to The Nate Brown Show on YouTube.
Hey, glad you're here tonight. Tuesday edition of the program. It is South Dakota Sports Talk Show, thought-provoking sports talk across the state. Fox Sports Radio, glad you're here. Hope you've had a solid Tuesday. Remember, you can catch the show live on your phone if you follow us on X. So that's Twitter, X, at Nate Brown Show. So follow the show and watch us live every afternoon there at Nate Brown Show on X. One more. We have the Nate Brown Show podcast available. So if you missed some of the show live, you can't catch all 2 hours on your drive, go to the Nate Brown Show podcast. It's on demand on Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Search the Nate Brown Show, and you've got South Dakota Sports Talk. We've covered everything from South Dakota, from high school to college to the pros. How about we go Little League? Well, I've covered Little League over the years. I think it's been amazing. Rapid City's made it a few times. Sioux Falls now has made it numerous times to the Little League World Series. And the Sioux Falls Little Leaguers trying to do it again. So I would say South Dakota's rooting for whoever makes it this far, right? So Sioux Falls is back in the semifinals of the Midwest Regional in Indiana. They'll play tomorrow, and their head coach this year is Ryan Vavruska. And he's live tonight on the Nate Brown Show, courtesy of the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline. Coach, good to get you on. How you doing?
A little stressed with the big game tomorrow. There's just a lot of unknown beings. We're on Game 5 together on the Sioux Falls side, and we don't know a ton about the North Dakota team that we're going to face, but we've done a little bit of scouting, reviewed Game Changer, watched some of the games on ESPN Plus. So we're gearing up for a good battle tomorrow.
Okay, we're excited about it. People have been watching you and following you. You're in the semifinals tomorrow. I want to ask you, you said a little stressed tonight because it's almost game time now. What's the experience been like for you going to the Midwest Regional after winning the state championship? What's this experience been like?
I mean, I asked a ton of questions coming into this to previous head coaches that were here, Nick Corton, Mike Gorsett, and they can tell you everything that you want to hear, but until you're here, you don't really experience it all. And we drove vans down here, and we split the trip up with the boys, had a little fun with them, got here. We've practiced every day that we haven't played, and we've went and watched quite a few games, but the experience that Whitestown puts on for the boys is it's second to none. I mean, they're allowing them to dance pregame, and then they give you tons of direction as to when you need to be where and how long you can do it. So a lot of the stuff that we do on a daily basis is planned out for us already. So Whitestown themselves has given my 12 boys a great experience thus far.
Sounds like fun. I want to ask you about the baseball side. Is it hard for you? You said, well, these guys haven't played together that much, number one, because you put together the all-star team and then they kind of gel. How about these gaps in games? I mean, the last time you played over the weekend, and now you're not going to play till tomorrow. Is the gap days kind of hard to be like, okay, are we going to be able to, baseball's like an everyday thing. How do you plan that out?
We've thrown different things at them at practice, just to keep them thinking about what's in front of them and presenting them live scenarios while we're there. Today, our practice was pretty much focused around, we split the boys up into 4 teams and played a 6-inning game just to give them live at-bats and live balls in play, just to keep things light. And us coaches have done a good job at finding things for them to do outside of the baseball scene, just to kind of take their minds off of it. We went to the Indianapolis Colts training facility. The boys have gone fishing. We spent some time with parents. So we've done some various things to keep it light, but also put emphasis on baseball, the reason why we're here.
Okay, you want to get to the Little League World Series, but you got some work to do here. You got to win tomorrow. You got to win the title game. There's work to do. Other teams have made it. Is that like a pressure thing or a good expectation thing for this bunch?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. All the coaches before me have kind of set the standard. You think Sioux Falls baseball, you're thinking Williamsport. But I did my first interview, a couple of months ago, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. We've been taking this one pitch at a time, one out at a time, one inning at a time, and I've kind of stressed to these guys, just because we're kind of a small ball team, and I looked at our game changer, and we're only batting .238 right now as a team, so all the small things matter, and that's what I've stressed since I took over this team 3 weeks ago. But it's been in the back of my mind, so my nerves are at an all-time high until that first pitch is thrown and the boys get out there and really show what they're made of.
So I've seen Sioux Falls teams, some pitchers that can throw gas, some guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. What's this team's thing? Is it good pitching? What have you relied on since South Dakota State tournament?
Yeah, you nailed it. It's, aside from our first inning against Iowa where we put up a 6 spot, our pitching staff has Max Newsy and Murphy Seafelt have been lights out. We've given up 3 hits in 2 games, so they've both done a tremendous job. And I got to give kudos to my catcher Tate Schneider as well, because he's been a brick wall behind the plate. They've done a phenomenal job at filling up the strike zone and really putting pressure on the hitters. Which has made it easy for us coaches to kind of plan, because we know they're going to be around the zone and they know that they're going to put pressure on the other team. And so we've talked about it before. They're going to be 3-2 games, or there might be 4-1 games, but they're always going to be tight games because our pitching staff's going to keep us in a lot of games.
Sioux Falls Little League head coach Ryan Vavruska joins us tonight from Indiana. Midwest Regional semifinals for the Sioux Falls Little Leaguers tomorrow. 1 win away from the championship, and then trying to get back to the Little League World Series. What would that mean to you, Coach? Because every experience is different. I haven't been to Williamsport. I've heard a lot about it. You said the same thing. Coaches you've talked to, what would it mean if you could make it here, a couple of wins away?
Yeah, my son and I, we joined Little League 6 years ago with this goal in mind. And so it not even for me, but it's also for the kids. That's all they've talked about the entire trip. You're making memories along the way, but they really want all that free swag that you get when Williamsport, and they want to rub shoulders with the best of the best. And I heard a stat on the way down here, only 10 teams across the United States make that Little League World Series. So just to say we're 1 of 10 is quite the feat. And I'm going to be extremely proud of the boys if we do make it there.
What does it say about South Dakota Little League baseball just really across the state? Really good teams in Rapid City. We've seen that every year. You guys have now made the run to the World Series. You're trying to get that back there again. What does it say about South Dakota Little League that our team can do this?
Yeah, I can speak to Sioux Falls, but our program as a whole has grown. At some point, we're going to run out of space because kids hear baseball, they think Little League in Sioux Falls, and being a part of the board in Sioux Falls, we're planning for the future, and there might become a time where Sioux Falls Little League has to split into two different sanctioned organizations because of the growth that we continue to have and the talent that we continue to get. And I give Canyon Lake a ton of credit. They gave us a hell of a game when we played them, our first game up in Rapid. And Brandon Valley, and they're going to sleep, or they're going to have a good squad next year as well. So the Little League organization as a whole is pulling all the right levers, and the product that they're putting out on the field is able to compete with these bigger cities across the United States, which is a great feeling at the end of the day.
That's interesting. People say, Coach, do kids love baseball still? I think they do. Do they love it as much as you and I did?
I would say that they love it even more. I mean, I got kids are putting in more, lessons, whether they're hitting or pitching. Baseball's starting earlier and earlier every year, and there's teams playing baseball late into the fall. So, I mean, it's honestly turned into a 12-month out of the year if you want to compete at the highest level. So I think the sport as a whole is in a great spot.
Sioux Falls Little Leaguers in Indiana, Coach Ryan Vavruska on tonight on the Nate Brown Show. They've got the semifinal tomorrow. We'll be watching against North Dakota. Coach, good luck, man. I appreciate you hopping on.
Hey, thanks, Nate, for having me.
Thanks a lot for the time tonight. Ryan Vavruska at practice earlier today, getting his guys ready. Semifinals, Midwest Regional tomorrow for the Sioux Falls Little Leaguers. So if they win tomorrow, it's championship, and then that's the game to go to the Little League World Series. We'll stay dialed in on it. Sioux Falls Little League continues to make a run at deep into that Midwest Regional, it seems like, whenever they get there. Appreciate Coach coming on. We'll keep an eye on it tomorrow and stay on that story if they advance. Coming right back with who's hot and who's not, Michael Jordan making a big appearance in the Who's Hot, Who's Not on the way.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Hey, deal hunters, the shelves are loaded and our prices won't be beat at Fleet Farm. Get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic oil for just $21.99 after $5 rebate. Take 30% off all Eukanuba dog foods. And all Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2X spray paints are buy one, get one 50% off. From pets to paints to pickups, let Fleet Farm help take care of all your day-to-day needs. Always at the best prices, guaranteed. And check out all our weekly deals at fleetfarm.com.
If you follow Country Hearth Breads on Facebook and Instagram, then you already know that their cute little mascot, Lofi, really knows his dough. For instance, he knows that rising dough is a good thing, but rising grocery prices, not so much. The bakers of Country Hearth Breads and Village Hearth Buns agree, so they've lowered the prices on dozens of products. And to help you save even more on the only breads and buns that are baked locally and delivered fresh daily, Lofi suggests visiting countryhearthbreads.com/coupons to print a coupon or two and save a buck.
Get away from it all in the great outdoors for lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. We make your RV experience fun and easy by providing you with a quality recreational vehicle, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. Our large inventory of fifth-wheelers, travel trailers, toy haulers, and live-in horse trailers allows us to save our customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Stop by and see us at Dakota Discount RV, 3330 East Mall Drive across from Cabela's and on JB Road, Blackhawk.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Mainly clear skies tonight with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Lows around 64, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 89. 66 tomorrow night, mainly clear. A blend of clouds and sun and dry. Thursday and Friday, upper 90s. Thursday, upper 80s by Friday. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 74 degrees.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Host your next big event at the Box Elder Event Center, now featuring all new lighting, enhanced sound, and cutting-edge AV. Your destination for conventions, conferences, weddings, tournaments, concerts, and private parties of all kinds. Plus, their gourmet catering isn't just for on-site events, they'll deliver straight to you. Don't miss the Pickle Boo Pickleball Tournament October 24th to 26th and Fall Hoop Fest November 7th to 9th. Learn more and book today at thebox.live.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. Have you thought about buying a home or real estate in the Black Hills? Maybe you want to upgrade to your forever home? I have been helping people in the Black Hills find the right home for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. Let me do the work and you can open the door to your new home. Say hello to a good buy with me, David Brenneman. To get started, just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
All right, let's do this tonight, every night at this time. Who's hot and who's not, brought to you by the Pizza Ranch. The best buffet, no doubt. Everyone's favorite buffet is at the Pizza Ranch tonight. Drop by and eat tonight. East 10th Street, Sioux Falls. A little too hot these days to cook, right? Hit the buffet in Brandon. It's the Pizza Ranch, 2 locations in Rapid City. Your locally owned and operated Pizza Ranch tonight. Who's hot and who's not on the Nate Brown Show? Here we go in my Who's Hot category. I got 2. I got a surprise second candidate. Here's one in South Dakota. So you know how I've talked about South Dakota high school stats. We have this website called Bound, and you can put in stats. Well, nobody puts in their stats. So I know more about the cleanup hitter in amateur baseball for Volga than I do about the Sioux Falls, Washington quarterback. So I have a Who's Hot for you. I just got a DM from a coach tonight. He said he's going to start putting his stats into Bound this year. Congratulations to that coach. One of 240 that, anyway. They might start something. We might start a trend. Can we get some high school stats in Bound? I did get a message from a varsity football coach. They're going to be putting stats this year into Bound. All right, and then we'll try and get as many good stats as amateur baseball. I mean, they have it. I mean, I know exactly what's going on there. In our Who's Hot as well, Michael Jordan. How about my guy? Now, this is cool. He opened a 3rd health clinic in his hometown, Wilmington, North Carolina. He serves the uninsured and the underinsured. So he donates it to these $10 million today. Michael Jordan just opened it, the Michael Jordan Family Medical Clinic, providing quality care for people that really, really need it. The uninsured and underinsured. Jordan's opened 3 of these, one today in Wilmington, North Carolina. In our Pizza Ranch Who's Not tonight, Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison. So you see this today. He just got suspended by the NFL for the first 3 games of the regular season. That's not going to help J.J. McCarthy. It's not going to help the Vikes. I mean, he's a nice player, but he's been in trouble. He got hit now, 3-game suspension deriving from this pullover last summer, where he was asleep behind the wheel. They got him in Los Angeles. He pleaded down, but they got him on the substance abuse policy. So the Vikings will be without Jordan Addison first 3 games of the 2025 season. That's not going to be the best thing for Minnesota. You need all weapons on deck for J.J. McCarthy. But I was like, Jordan Addison, that's the problem. He was driving 140. He had to take his dog to an appointment. That was a couple of years ago. Then this one, asleep behind the wheel, alleged DUI. So the NFL suspending Jordan Addison today. First 3 games for the Vikes. Thanks for listening to the Nate Brown Show, South Dakota Sports Talk Show, packed tonight. Good stuff from Craig Mattick, the Sioux Falls Little League head coach, and more. Go to the Nate Brown Show podcast. Search for it wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll be back tomorrow. See ya.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade